Okay, we're back at it. I spent like 2 hours last weekend fixing everything, so hopefully the recording is fine, and we're just gonna get into it. All right. So we're on chapter 11. There is a swift torrent of people that looks as though it could carry off anyone who may carelessly tread in it. We're out of options. Our only choice is to let the current take us wherever it may lead to. Ezra, Yuria, I need you to trust me.
Your thing, Chief.
Right.
We're jumping into this stream.
Understood.
What?
The difference in attitude is palpable. I'm the first to step into the river. I was sucked right in as soon as I immersed a foot ankle deep into the stream of flesh. As I quickly descend along the wave, I catch a glimpse of each floor. The 7th floor, where employees are crawling on all fours, viciously preying on each other. The 6th floor, where humans fold into cuboid shapes that are stacked up. The 5th floor, where drowned employees are floating in the air. The 4th floor, where a number of people are offering a human sacrifice to what appears to be a statue of a person who reached nirvana. The 3rd floor, where the minds of employees are being absorbed by a dark shade. In the turbulent tide of humans tangled with one another, my consciousness slowly fades. The boundary of consciousness is collapsing. People's distortions join each other in a large flow, entering the underground floors. I'm confident that I can keep a firm grip on my sanity, but can Ezra and Yuria retain themselves in this current just the same? My worries soon erode into fragments and drift along the stream. Reminiscences of the past swell up in my mind. Memories of my past missions, companions I couldn't protect, my incompetence that drove them to their demise. It's as if all my regret and longing is being stirred up. The emotions become one with the flood and float away. In this rush, I desperately held onto Ezra and Yuria's hands. How far have I gone down? How much time has passed? When I came back to my senses, no one was around me. Where did all the people go? What about Ezra and Yuria? My head is pounding. We need an announcer.
You must be awake by now.
A nostalgic yet despicable voice reaches my ear.
If you're hearing this, that most likely means you're at the 15th basement floor of the Tae-Young Produce Co.
You always loved to play silly games like this.
You must have a lot of questions for me.
That's a pre-recorded message. Now I see why Han Hee-jun visited my office recently. I've been playing into his hands all along.
Is that my line or yours?
Yes.
Okay. Indeed, you always trusted me and did every favor I asked of you.
I'm guessing you were behind the incident I caused that day as well.
This is not the time for that. Though we have more important questions to address. Why did I leave a message here to talk with you? What happened to your adorable assistants? How was I able to use the distortion to my advantage?
I won't let your cunning words sway me anymore, you sly serpent. It's my business to take care of my partners, and I decide my own path.
Sure you do. I'm just trying to give you a small heads up. All the anomalies that occurred in this company, they were set up for one reason. I wanted to let you know that I found a clue about the distortion you're chasing after. As you've seen here, I can now harness the distortion to an extent. Moses, doesn't this give you a glimmer of hope that you may finally repent for what you did?
You know, I was already about to go meet you anyway. There was no need to pull this nonsense on us.
If I didn't go to such lengths, at the very minimum, your hatred towards me wouldn't have carried much weight at all, now would it?
What a paltry concern. I'm carefully preserving all my wrath just for you. Why don't you prepare a silver platter in the meantime so I can put your head on it? Sure, click.
You must be awake by now.
Hello? Did my internet die?
Winner, did you die?
She died.
Oh.
Okay, you must be awake now. By now. If you're hearing this, that most likely means you're at the 15th basement floor of Tae-Young Produce Co.
That son of a
Go.
bitch. He knows how to mess with me too well. I must focus on finding Ezra and Yuria for now. Flick! Fluorescent lamps light up around the underground space. This was the 15th basement floor. It's entirely surrounded by pure white surfaces, and Ezra standing idly in the middle of it. Ezra? I took out my smoking pipe and put it in my mouth. Then I placed my hand on my forehead. It looks like Ezra's distortion is still within my ability to solve. She seems so tiny and powerless, standing on the opposite side of the room with her head bowed.
Detective, I couldn't protect her. This is just like back then. I trusted you, Detective.
Yuria was laid still at Ezra's feet, unconscious.
Though, I still believe in you, actually.
Yuria's red ribbon is still tied on to my smoking pipe. I quietly tasted the smoke as I looked up to the ceiling. Large antlers resembling those of a stag were growing on Ezra's head. Through my eyes, Ezra has always worn a mask on her face. Though, I could never quite tell whether that mask was a true expression of her feelings. But this time, numerous masks are plastered all over her body. The river of distortions got to her in the end. I suppose solving the distortion of my precious sidekick is one case where I can work on free of charge. I let in a violet breath. I can't believe Winter died.
It's so sad Winter died of Ligma.
Alright, let's just go on. I think this is just me and Ezra, so... Ezra, a diligent child who has little faith in herself. Ezra wore a different mask every day. I could only read the expression of the mask covering her face. I don't know what her true expression beneath the mask may be, but I decided to accept what's shown on Ezra's mask as her expression. I never bothered to forcibly resolve her distortion until now. This time, it's different. She's on the verge of losing herself, swept by others' distortions. Her entire body is covered in the masks of many others as proof of her perilous state. Ezra prepares a mask for each person she confronts. Ezra prepares an emotion for each mask she wears. I can only begin to fathom the storm raging in her mind. The 15th basement floor. Ezra and I are facing each other in this white room. Loud noises came from Ezra's masks. Voices of laughter, crying, anger, anxiety, melancholy, distrust, disgust, and joy fill the chamber. I coiled my violet whip around my hand. Let's dance, Ezra. I lashed out at Ezra, my first target. A laughing yellow mask on her right leg. A voice rings in my head when I grapple the mask with my whip.
What's your favorite kind of sandwich, Moses?
Mine would be mustard.
Then mustard is my favorite too.
I pulled the whip to tear off the yellow mask from her body. It makes me feel nauseous. Ezra lets out a scream. Please bear with it just for a bit. The red mask on Ezra's left shoulder gives out a screech. Ezra grabs the whip and pulls me toward her. I release the tension in my body. In a moment's notice, I'm sent flying in her direction.
I'll kill them all. I'll break everyone who's got to die.
Ezra swings her fist at me as I'm being dragged toward her in the air. Using the momentum of the pull, I manage to propel my body away from her fist's path. I wrap the whip around Ezra's body and jump onto her shoulders. Then I grab the red mask with my hand and tear it off. Use violence only when it's necessary. Shrieking, the red mask is ripped out and thrown to the ground. My hand turned red from the searing heat of the mask. Ezra struggled hard, crushing me onto the floor in the process. I feel a sore pain. A bone or 10 must have gotten a crack. It cost a fortune to get my back fixed. I confronted Ezra's masks and tore them off one by one. With every mask I removed from her, a burst of Ezra's emotions came forth. An ice-cold mask, a mask that eats away the mind, a mask with rusted nails hammered into it. These are not your true emotions. They're facades, faces you want other people to see of you. I was scalded, bled from splinters, got frostbites, and threw up from sickness. Only one mask remained. It's sadness, the absolute last mask of Ezra's that I wanted to face.
Didn't save them. That time I couldn't protect them all. I'm so sad.
The blue mask embedded in the center of Ezra's chest is crying, tears falling from its eyes. No, dear, that sadness isn't yours. The emotion was forced upon you by others. If you aren't feeling sad, there's no need to make yourself feel sad, no matter how others look at you.
But I'm really feeling sad though.
You aren't sad because you couldn't save everyone that day. It was an excruciating task to bring myself to speak the next part, but I continued on nonetheless. You're sad that I'm bearing the regret for what happened. The mask opened its mouth and began wailing loudly. My head felt it was on the verge of bursting from hearing its cry. An unstoppable stream of tears started falling from my eyes. Crash-shatter. The mask broke apart and several shards were stuck in my chest. The wounds bled tears instead of blood. Ezra was back to her usual self. She knelt down, staring into the floor. I slowly walked over to her. It's over now, dear. I gently caressed her head.
Detective, I'm sorry.
Ezra whimpered. The next issue at hand is Yuria. She seems to be in a perilous condition as well, although she doesn't seem to have been afflicted with the torrent of distortions, judging from the state of her body. I placed my hand on my forehead and whipped my pipe. Poor Ezra. Mom's is to the rescue, though. Alright. There is little I know about Yuria as a person. This child and I have one thing in common, however. I do not see any distortion from Yuria. Yuria was lying on the floor with her eyes closed. I open her eyelid to check if the pupil responds. This isn't any ordinary coma. Her self has been detached. I've seen this kind of condition before. The body is alive, but the mind is dead. Thankfully, her brain is still functional. There's still a chance. Ezra, bring me a scalpel. Sterilized. I need one that can cut through bone.
Roger, you're gonna perform the operation I'm thinking of, right? I'll take out the stasis preservation cube in that case.
Yes, we're extracting her brain. I pulled a pair of sterile gloves out of the inner pocket of my coat and snapped them on.
Are you guys insane?
A small noise tickles my ears. It's Yuria's voice.
Oh, I'm here!
Ah, Detective! The teddy is moving!
The teddy bear strapped to Yuria's waist was wiggling its body.
Ladies, could you please keep my brain inside my head? And release me from this bell where you had it?
Okie dokie.
What have we gotten ourselves into this time? It appears that Yuria's consciousness is carried over to that doll somehow. I fixed my sight upon the small plush, dusting itself down as I smoked from my pipe.
I never experienced this kind of stuff before. Actually, I do have a guess.
The teddy bear crossed its arm, Ezra looking flustered by the sight.
This teddy bear is the same type of object as your pipe. In other words, it belonged to me and me alone. You can tell this much, right?
Which means it's something that responds to your emotions.
That's right. Well, I'm being swept away by that gross tide. It felt like my thoughts of other people were invading my head. I wanted to run, but understood by any mean. That's when my teddy surrounded me and kept me safe.
In summary, an act of a bizarre force transferred your mind from your body into that teddy bear.
That looked to be the case. After all, the stool of earth resonate with our emotion.
So, do you know how to come back?
Nope.
You're admitting it quite boldly.
Isn't it exciting, rather? We are opening a new horizon. This phenomenon is worth analyzing further. We'll have a lot to talk about when we head back.
As she says, there will be much to discuss with each other now, if we can safely get back, that is. Ezra, carry Yuria's body. Putting a person in a dimensional bag could have unforeseen consequences.
Got it.
Ezra lifted Yuria's lifeless body and took it under her arm.
Please, underneath carefully, Senpai.
Yep.
Yuria, would you like to get inside a pocket?
Please, put me on your shoulder, Detective Moses. I want to see the same scenery as you do.
I put my hand to my forehead and whipped my pipe. Who could have known that I'd be doing something like this in my life? I bent down to pick up the teddy bear and place it on my left shoulder.
Oh my gosh, Detective, that looks so good on you.
Ezra hopped in excitement. That won't help heal her wounds. Since both of you are safe and sound now, albeit in different shapes, let's figure out how to escape this underground warehouse.
Got it.
Understood.
It'll take some time to get used to someone speaking right in my ear. Knowing where the River of Distortions disappeared to would provide a crucial clue for the way out. There's no exit or drain to be found in this white room. I carefully felt around the wall and knocked on it. The wall seems to be made with a material that feels like glass panes used in laboratories. Figures. Hey, I know you're watching us from behind that wall, pal. I believe it's time you explained what's going on here. I hear someone clapping.
Detective, behind you!
Ezra shouted. The walls turned translucent, revealing a dark silhouette standing behind it. Oh shoot, who was... Oh, that was supposed to be NG. Okay, someone take that.
Probably I should. Excellent, Moses. You managed to reach this place in one piece, and you ultimately drove us into this corner. You are a capable person, I will admit. You even saved your colleges and kept yourself alive on top of that. Thanks to you, our company has effectively gone bankrupt.
What is a produce company in the back streets doing meddling with creatures? Was it a secret weapons supplier in disguise?
It's a humble company with dreams, that's all. The Taeyong Produce CEO was an ambitious firm that aimed to become a wing.
It's true that there is a vacant spot in the rank of the wings ever since L Corp in the South fell. That's still a huge dream to have, I must say.
Yuria pointed out.
One should dream big, as they say, through a remarkably difficult and taxing process. We must acquire a lead on Lobotomy Corp's singularity after paying a great price. About Enkelpin, the so-called eco-friendly energy.
Incaphalin? Distortion and energy, a combination I couldn't have possibly imagined. And they mentioned Lobotomy Corporation, a former wing, out of the blue. What is this person talking about?
I'm sure you have many things you'd like to know. Now, let me do you a favor and answer one of your questions, whatever it may be. It's the prize for making it here alive, and a reward for leading our company to ruins.
My head is pounding, my body about to crumble, my broken ribs ache, my burnt hand stings, my left cheek is freezing, the blood leaking from my chest is losing warmth. So many things happened to us today. Ezra stands next to me, carrying Yuria's body. She seemed to be barely holding on to her consciousness. She's bled so badly that a puddle of blood was forming beneath her feet. Usually I wouldn't have asked who they were. I would have asked who they are, where they brought that odd box from, and what exactly has happened in this company. However... I don't have time for any more of your horseshit and conspiracies. All I want is to leave this place and rest. I'm not interested in anything else right now.
Are you sure you're going to be okay with that? Opportunities like this won't come often.
I am, I answered as I puffed smoke from the pipe.
That's a shame. But if you insist...
Zing! The walls of the white room split apart to reveal an elevator.
You can use the lift back there. There's no tricks or traps placed there to harm you, so fret not. If killing you was all was our goal, you would have been dead far before you could get here.
I can't be bothered to tell if they're speaking the truth. Let's go, Ezra.
Yes, Chief.
We took the elevator. This hellish day is coming to an end at last. I want to get back to my home immediately, get treated, and lie down. I'm sure Ezra shares my sentiment, and I have many things to discuss with Yuria. I imagine there'll be tons of things to clear up once we head back. The elevator's doors are closing, the silhouetted person muttered in the back.
I've lost.
Are they talking to themselves?
Your
Who is that person talking to?
Diaz.
As soon as I heard that word, my eyes opened wide. Blood and rage rushed to my head. I must ask that bastard what they meant when they spoke that word. The doors aren't completely shut yet. My body acts before rationality can have a say. I sprang for them.
Detective oops.
I think that's Yuria.
Detective Moses, what's wrong?
Yuria jumped down from my shoulder. Right as Yuria landed on the floor, Ezra stood in my way and harshly blocked me as if she were preparing for this, and she struck me on the back of my neck.
Sorry, Detective. We've got to live first.
I fainted, collapsing into Ezra's embrace. Okay, let's actually check the, list this time. Oops.
Sorry, did. Angie,
Oopsies.
goodbye.
Yeah.
I have stolen your roles.
Oh, I don't even remember who took over for Angie last time. We didn't note it down.
Nope.
It might have been Raccoon. But Raccoon's not here today, so oh well. Well, stealth only has like 5 minutes before we need stealth, but okay, well, someone's probably gonna have to take over on Vespa. Oh well, alright.
I'm muting
Chapter
myself.
14 then. You shouldn't have stopped me. I snapped at Ezra with my pipe in my mouth. The two of us are facing each other, sitting at the table of our office.
But there was no reason to risk your life for info about that person, Detective. You'll be leaving to see her in 2 weeks anyway.
Ezra yelled at me in an emotional voice, as if she were about to break into tears. No use for lamenting over a missed opportunity. My hand made its way up to my forehead, and I breathed out a chain of smoke.
No, don't lose your cool over it, ladies. It's fortunate enough that we escaped that hellish company alive.
After wrapping bandages around my injuries, Yuria climbed down to the table to calm us.
Detective Moses, you won't have been all bandaged up. And don't forget to take this HP tablet before going to bed tonight.
The teddy bear places a pill in front of me.
And here's yours, Bay.
Yuria waddled across the table and put one in front of Ezra as well.
Thanks.
Ezra dropped her head. I suppose I should change the topic. Yuria, why don't you tell me what happened with your body?
Okay, well, I guess it's time to talk about that. Much like you use smoking pipe, this plushy is an object that responds to my emotion. I call this instrument Psychoment.
Equipment that's powered by the soul, huh?
That's the gift of it. I know it's silly that workshop master is talking about soul and spirituality when my job is all about technology, but those are the facts. After seeing you battle that monstrous giant in the underground warehouse of Tai Young's products, and having myself transferred to this teddy bear Psychoment, I become sure of it.
What was the ribbon you tied to my smoking pipe? I never created flaming birds with my pipe before.
That's an experiment work of mine. I tried decorating your Psychoment a little. Simply put, Psychoment hold more potential than any other piece of equipment that has existed up to now. Can you believe that someone could manifest personalized gear just by having a strong determination or feeling? If Psychoment became more accessible to the city's denizens, it would shift the ecology of the city and its workshops. I'm focusing on enhancing Psychoment by sculpting and decorating them. One type of Psychoment are tools or objects materialized from emotion that can be directly used, such as your smoking pipe. Another type is remote control Psychoment, such as mine. Then again, I've only seen 5 Psychoment so far. Since I've gotten to see only a few, much of it is still a mystery for me.
You mean you've seen others with it?
Yes, but yours was far more impressive Psychoment I've seen. If I'm being honest. The dread cylinder you summoned in the underground warehouse, it could erase space itself. I'd never seen such a powerful Psychoment before. I know it's just a high person.
I gently closed my eyes and recalled the memories of that moment.
You can see what you call distortion in me, can you, detective?
I nodded in acknowledgement.
According to my theory, Psychoment is the distortion physical removed from a person. That's why the distortion can be seen in people who own a Psychoment, like you and me.
Makes sense.
It's my turn now. How did you get your hands on that smoking pipe, Detective Moses?
Yuria asked, crossing her arms. Do you really wish to know? If you try to dig into me any deeper than this, you might end up entangled forever. Isn't that right, Ezra? Ezra gave a silent agreement.
I swore to devote my whole life to Psychoment.
Your whole life. Okay. I took a smoky breath. I happened to be wondering the same thing as you, why the smoking pipe ended up in my hand. How come I know how to use this damn thing? The memories are scattered into pieces and the emotions are in a muddle. I breathed it out. That's why I'm chasing after the distortion. We're going to leave soon to find out that truth. I'll go on a trip that I won't ever come back from.
So you really don't know yourself?
Yuria spoke in a disappointed tone. I want to know it more desperately than anyone. This cursed phenomenon and this damned pipe have made me suffer too many sacrifices. Yuria, know that I'm going to sincerely and thoroughly exploit you from this moment onward.
You're more than welcome if it means I can learn more about your segment and the emotion that form it. Please, use me to your heart's content.
Yuri extended her plush arm for a handshake. I couldn't help but give a chuckle as I held the teddy bear's little hand and shook it gently. Well then, I suppose it's time to hit the proverbial hay. Tomorrow will be another day. I nudged the chair backwards and stood up.
Remember to take your HP tablet, Detective Moses.
I will. Ezra, are you going to stay up for a while longer?
Yeah, I wanna talk with Yuria for a bit.
Alright, I should give the youth some time alone together after all. I'll go to bed first then. Ezra nodded at me.
Good night, detective.
We're on to Vespa. I guess Ada's taking it. Stealthily is being overtaken. Style has lost his chance. Vespa is now a daster.
Sorry.
This is 100% Stealth's fault. Don't be sorry. Alright.
Okay, but the issue is that I feel like Stealth is going to see me and think I did it on purpose, or something.
No, he
No.
didn't show up. That's
Think of
completely
it
on
as
him.
you won the lottery.
So,
Yeah.
It's not that, it's just that a lot of things... I get blamed for a lot of things, so I just assume people are going to use me as their scapegoat or...
Nobody will blame you, bro. He wasn't here, he didn't come.
no,
It is
if
what it
he's
is.
not here, he's
Yeah.
not here. That's not your fault.
Yeah, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody will blame you for that.
Well, whoopee! Thank you, everyone, for giving me
thanks
the role.
Stealthily for not showing up.
Well, I mean, it's your choice, yo. You could have given, D7 Vespa's role, but you know what, never mind.
D7 is DS, and they might be in the same room together at some point, in which case...
I think they are. One
Yeah,
of the chapters.
that doesn't work.
No. Yeah.
Alright, let's move on then. The midday sun was shining overhead and over bed when I woke up. I'd slept for a while, hadn't I? I barely managed to get up and unwind the bandages around my body. It seems most of my injuries healed up overnight thanks to the HP tablet I took. The first thing I saw as I opened the door and to leave the room was Ezra having lunch at the table.
Detective, did you have a good night? Good rest?
Ezra cheerfully greets me from her seat. She was back to her usual lively self, having shaken off all the fatigue and gloom that was weighing her down yesterday. Yeah, is your body all right?
Yep, I'm totally peppy right now. Totally peppy now. Well, what would you like for lunch, detective?
I don't feel like eating. My pipe made its way back into its usual position, and I headed to the terrace. There's quite a few things I need to look into. Ezra, is Yuri in her room?
Mm-hmm. She says she's gonna inspect the black box we brought from Dion Produsco.
I do like her tendency to take the initiative. Enjoy your lunch, Ezra.
Okay.
Leaving Ezra with her meal, I headed for Yuri's room. Loud noises were coming from the door. Knock, knock. I knocked on Yuri's door. Yuria, mind if I come in?
No, be my guest.
When I opened the door, a familiar stairway met my eyes. It's the same set of stairs that I took when I first visited Yuria Atelier. The room I gave to Yuria didn't have any stairs, nor did it have the space for them. It was structurally impossible for stairs to be there. Perhaps this is one of the effects of the segment, as Yuria calls it. I walked down the stairs, thankfully with no bears aggressively jumping at me this time. The corridor is decorated with ribbons that vividly show off Yuria's taste. I wonder if she adorned it herself or ordered her teddy bears to do the job. I reached the hall at the end of the corridor. The space feels smaller than last time. It's rather compact, even. 8 teddy bears stood around the workbench, busily engaging in craft work as sparks flew off.
You're here, detective.
One of the teddy bears turned around to greet me. I don't remember giving you the permission to modify the office building at your will. I still have many more months of rent to pay for the leased space.
Don't worry, Detective Moses. I can revert it anytime.
You mean to tell me the space is part of your psychament?
Yes, it's my own atelier. I can freely control the teddy bear according to my will here.
So, did you find a way to go back to your original body?
No, it seemed to be still tied. There is still too little we know about segment. Finding a way back to my whole body is one of the things that we'll have to figure out.
Yuria spoke casually as if it didn't matter too much to her. What will happen if something goes wrong with your original body?
If my vital function cease and my brain stop, I will probably die. My speculation is that Psychoman required the user mind to exist for it to work. But it's not like I can try crushing my own body to test his hypothesis.
How do you handle having meals with that body?
I should be alright as long as my body out there is put on life support machine. This teddy bear can move fine without eating anything. It's my brain that requires nutrition rather.
Yuria shook her head.
I'm more concerned about his black box. I never seen this type of material. That person from Tai Young Product Co. mentioned L Corp. I'm thinking it may have something to do with its singularity.
Are you implying that a wing's singularity has been leaked?
Well, it collapsed anyway.
Remnants of a singularity. There have been a few cases of a singularity coming off patent after the wing holding it breaks.
Or someone could have scavenged one of the steel branch. Or got all the way into the headquarters, perhaps.
Yuria, I'm more interested in learning about the functions and working principles of that box.
I can tell you what it does. The box sucks in people's psyche. Or their distortion, to be exact.
Is it some kind of psychomint?
Basically. From what I've seen, at least, it could be a psychoman belonging to someone. Or one form from artificially create mind and emotion.
Creating minds and emotions, an action that is considered a taboo. We'll ultimately have to learn more about the distortion and what you call psychomint. Yuria naturally climbed onto my shoulder.
That's why you're going on a long drive, right?
Speaking of, what should we do with your body when we leave?
That's an issue I'm still pondering over. I've been tinkering with few ideas, but for now, we should focus on chasing the distortion. We already have a few requests waiting to be read.
Yuria held her arm to point at the exit. This tiny teddy's growing more brazen with each passing day. Sure, let us have a look. I left the room to find a visitor in her office. The atmosphere was ominous. Ezra was sitting on the sofa and facing the guest, looking as anxious as she can be. I can see his back from here. A bright yellow jacket embroidered with a black hornet. A couple of weapons lay next to him. Having the gall to wear such a blindingly obtrusive color means that he has that much confidence in his skill. Is it a member of a syndicate or a fixer? The guest noticed my presence and turned his head to look at me. Then a deep voice came from his mouth.
A pleasure to meet you, Dr. Moses.
Ezra,
Okay,
who
not
is
that
this person? He doesn't appear to be a client looking to give us a request, I adjusted the position of my pipes slightly.
Detective, this is...
Ezra floundered.
Let me introduce myself.
The man got up from his chair and turned to me, resuming his speech.
I am Vespa Crabble, fixer working under direct command of N-Corp, and a taboo hunter.
Taboo. Damn it, this reminds me of that this sly little teddy bear, Yuria, recorded us the first time we met. Now she was doing her best to act like a lifeless plushie on my shoulder.
I received reports that Moses' office should know about a certain person who violated the taboo of District 14.
And who could that taboo-breaking idiot be? I asked, puffing away on my pipe.
Yuria of Attilia. That's the name of the violator.
He answered, fiddling with the hilt of his sword wrapped in yellow cloth.
Have you seen her?
No.
Several people on the street have testified that they saw you enter Attilia.
Do you have concrete evidence? Oh, right. Recording footage was forbidden in District 14, wasn't it? Vespa closed his eyes for a moment. He seemed to be absorbed in thought. He soon opened his eyes and spoke to me.
Thank you for your cooperation. If you happen to witness Yuria, please mail me at this address.
He handed me his business card. I will, Mr. Vespa. Ezra, our guest is leaving.
Okay, Detective.
Ezra rose from her sofa seat to open the office's door for our departing guest. As Vespa walked past me, he whispered into my ear.
That's quite a cute plush toy on your shoulder.
Why, thank you. Vespa briefly stopped at the entrance and gave us a nod before closing the door. Ezra, start packing up. Now. I calmly spoke. He's cool. I like Vespa. He's cool.
He's so cool.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab the Coke in the fridge. One sec.
Did I do okay for Vespa?
Yeah, you did fine.
Yeah.
You did fine. You did fine.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
What's that? What the hell is that gift, Rand? What?
Also, my apologies for having to disappear suddenly during my part. I had to go do plumbing.
I get it. It happens.
It's happened.
It's
It's
fine.
okay.
Who took over?
I did.
Andre, it was just the one line, so it wasn't that big a deal.
You nailed that one line.
True.
Or it's over for you.
You stole this
Okay.
from Forsaken.
Alright, Rand, you're coming up. Yeah, you're voicing Zhang Lei.
Zhang Lei Heng.
Whoa.
Zhang Lei.
Lei Zhang. I can't believe Lei Heng is in Distortion Detective. Okay.
Coolest guy. We love
Alright,
it.
chapter
We love
16, I'm not reading that. An ordinary hotel in District 14. I checked into the most average room with 2 beds I could ask for. Ezra and I sat on a bed. Yuria's old body lay on the other. And next to me is Yuria and her plush doll body.
Isn't it way too humid in here? My cotton's gonna get moldy.
You sly teddy bear. Perhaps she knowingly broke the taboo as a means to keep us hostage. I'd bonk her on the head if it could hurt her. We left our office to escape the taboo hunter's eyes. He most certainly noticed that we were hiding something as soon as he met us. Those kinds of fixers simply can't be avoided. Although, how come they immediately sent a fixer that appears to be at least a grade 2 after us? It's not common for a wing to dispatch a fixer under its command to deal with something as trivial as filming a fight in the back streets. Yuria, do you happen to have a previous track record of breaking taboos? Well, Yuria, I guess this is the end of our relationship. Okay.
Junior, it was fun while it lasted.
Lady, late ticket or not, we're all in the same boat already.
Tell me why the two of us should risk our lives to protect you. Our own come before investigating distortions or segment, and what's chasing us right now is neither. We're not running a combat-oriented office.
It's all for segment, of course. I rewatched the video of you using the smoke pipe and Tajian emerging from that black box countless times. That's how I could make many theoretical advancements in our research.
What? Don't tell me. The glasses we wore were actually... Detective, I never asked her to put any kind of recording function in the glasses.
Ezra wiped her hands and shook her head. That cheeky little bear. I put my hand to my forehead. You mean everything that happened in Tai Young Produce Co. that day was recorded?
Yes, until the disgusting river took the glass off of your face. That's it.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was scared you'd kick me out. You've been at least stop me, if you know. But if I didn't make any record of segment or distortion, this research wouldn't go anywhere. That's why I was kept quiet about it.
Yeah, that's fine and all. But Yuria, I put a hand on the teddy bear's head and pet it. Remember, if you hide details that could put us in mortal peril one more time, then I'll part company with you for real.
Understood, Detective Moses.
Yes, that's a good girl. Alright, Ezra. Tell me your first impressions of Vespa. Ezra has a keen sense when it comes to combat. Since she enjoys fighting, she's excellent at discovering a strong opponent from a weak one.
Can't beat him.
Ezra declared that outright. Ezra is honest when she says she's no match for someone.
That person reeked of blood. He's probably fought more battles than I can count. He might be even stronger than Hanji Utsunbai, too.
Which means he's definitely grade 2 or above. One who is an expert in murder at that.
Detective Moses, can you defeat him with your segment? You smoky King Pie could take down the gigantic skeleton the other day.
This kid seems to be mistaking me with the red mist. Yuria, confronting humans is a different issue. There's a fundamental contrast between a distortion filled with naught but murderous intent and a person who is trained in the art of killing. A person like Vespa who has to overcome numerous life and death situations won't give me any time to breathe into my smoking pipe. He'd slice my arm off or break it before I could take a single peep.
What if there's someday earn you some time, just like the last time?
Junior, I'm not sure I can stall that guy at all.
Silence fills the room. Only the sound of the ventilator fans disturbs the stillness. If we can't fight the Hornet head-on, we'll have to outsmart him. The best way would be to avoid having to fight him altogether.
The first thing I can think of is fleeing District 14.
Yuria suggests, crossing her arms. A simple idea, but sadly not foolproof. There's 2 weeks of time until we can take the warp train with the tickets we received. The Taboo Hunter could catch up with us easily if we just drove along the road.
Detective, I got one.
Ezra raises her hand and waves it. Go ahead.
Maybe we should hire a super duper strong fixer to fight for us.
Yeah, hopefully they'll buy us enough time to run. Do you have any personal connections with grade 1 or 2 fixers who specialize in combat, Ezra?
No.
I'm doubtful they'll take our request in the first place, even if there were any. Opposing a fixer who directly belongs to a wing essentially means opposing that wing.
Detective, that means you'll stop bothering us once we meet with Han Hee-jun somebody in District 11, right?
It'll certainly be less trouble for us if we can pass the buck on him. We just need to hold out for 2 weeks. I need to find someone that can buy us that much time. Ezra, do you have the most recent issue of the monthly fixer catalog?
Of course I do.
Ezra rummaged through her pockets and handed over the paper book she found. I skimmed through the catalog densely packed with advertisements and promotional phrases for all sorts of offices, carefully scanning the section for combat-oriented ones. There's one useful-looking office that's not too far from here. Do-Gui Combat Office. A grade 2 office, unaffiliated with any association, 17 members, operates 24 hours a day, open year-round. Normally, it's extremely risky to use an office with no assurance from any association. It could be linked to dangerous syndicates. But in times like these, it's a perfect pawn for us. They won't ask what's going on, all they ask is for money. Ezra, I'll go outside for a bit.
Okie dokie, I'll get my gear.
No, I want you to stay here and keep Yuria's body safe.
But detective, it's dangerous to go alone, and it's late evening too.
Don't worry, Ezra. You're very reliable to have around, and I'd love to take you with me if I could, but I'm leaving you here so you can keep Yuria safe. I'm counting on you.
Okay.
Ezra answered, hanging her head. I'll be back as soon as I sign the contract. Yuria hopped onto my shoulder, and I left the hotel room. An evening street lit by setting sun. Achromatic. Distorted people are on their way home from work, their heads turned downward. The scenery is the same as ever. People stroll the streets, bearing distortions that look similar to one another, but not quite the same. I reckon these scenes will forever remain this way. A crude signboard that reads... Oh, I'm so pronouncing this wrong. Do-Gui Combat Office is hanging outside a 2-story building. The light on the sign was flickering, suggesting that it has endured many years. This building seems even more dilapidated than our humble office. I took the stairs to the 2nd floor. When I opened the door, I was greeted with the sound of a chime and a fusty stench. Rand, I think that's you.
Doesn't look. Oh, guys, we got company.
Followed by someone's loud voice, people in the office extinguished the cigarettes in their hands and started bustling around, organizing the space.
Here, and please take a seat, man.
A person who appears to be a desk jobber led me to a seat. There's not a single room separated of all walls in this office space. That appears to be around 20 pyong in the area. The floor was a plain surface of gray cement, not covering in any flooring at all. I parked myself on the seat and took my smoking pipe out of the inner pocket of my coat. Is this really a grade 2 office? Where do all their earnings go if none of that money is being spent on the office interior?
Doesn't look like someone who'd usually come to a place like ours. Got someone you want to see dead?
The man sitting on a sofa with a haughty posture talked to me, scratching his head. This sunglasses-wearing person seems to be the boss of the office. I'm here to give you a request.
Well, you do look like you're wealthy enough to afford our service. And you seem pretty old too. No wonder what's your business coming all the way to our office. Let me guess, you got a problem inheriting your fortune to your kids or something?
As the boss bursts out laughing, the office crew laugh along. Talk about an utter lack of dignity.
What do you think we are? Some kind of shabby local office made out of hicks? We've been through hell and high water. Say, let me have a look at your business card if you got one.
I took my card out of my coat pocket and handed it to him. He briefly lifts the sunglasses to scan through my car. His 2 eye sockets are empty. A distortion. Not a severe one, though.
Moses's office. Mysteries and unsolved cases. 7 Association affiliate. Some weird shtick you're up to.
He put a serious look on his face. He stared to the floor for a moment before looking back at me.
Name's Zhang Lei. I'm rep of this office.
He gave me his business card. Zhang Lei, representative of Do Gui office. Grade 2 fixers, written in rough handwriting as a note of his current status.
Let's get straight to the point. What is a brainy office want with us?
I want you to protect my office for 2 weeks. I'll pay you as much as you want.
Made an enemy of someone, eh? Happens pretty often, doesn't it?
The fixers in the office collectively nodded.
So, how many escorts do you want?
Every fixer in your office.
Must have had some huge fuss, haven't you?
Once again, you'll get enough payment to compensate.
Who are we facing?
I remained silent.
You smoke?
Oh, I love smoking.
Let's take a moment to talk alone on the rooftop.
Smoking a cigarette, Zhang Lei looked up at the sky. A forest of buildings are surrounding the landscape. Night fell in the streets already.
So, your job is solving weird and odd incidents.
I nodded, smoking with my pipe.
You see, I have a problem. Oh, I have a kid. Problem is, she has shut herself in a room and just won't leave.
You're giving me a request now?
People's gotta help each other out, ma'am. It's just my thick head, but something beyond my comprehension's going on in my house. If you can solve this problem, I'll guarantee you'll have my own office keeping you safe.
Can I get a discount on the request fee, then?
Come on, aren't we doing you a huge favor by not asking who we're up against? Now you're just being greedy.
I laughed with him. Yeah, right. Ezra's a much bigger and better negotiator than I am. Can you offer an escort right now in that case? The location is room 1306 in the business hotel on Chilly Street.
Well, that's a deal then, yeah. Oh.
Skip down a little bit.
Yeah, he's going too fast on him. Good. I'll be hearing about the strange happenings in your office. What? A few useful guys will be on their way to the address right away.
Good. I'll hear more about the strange happenings in your house as we head to your home.
That's a deal then, yeah.
I nodded and shook hands with Zhang Lei. Tobacco smoke billowed from the roof for a good while.
Sorry that I'm so late.
We tried to get you here, man.
So sorry. Sorry.
You were late. In like 30 minutes late, I guess.
Late for being a bum. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so chapter 18 is when Vespa's back. Are we giving it
Alright, chapter 18, got it.
Or are we keeping it with Ada?
I'll start voicing Vespa, I'm sorry.
Okay, you were adamant of voicing Vespa, then you just never showed up, bro.
Sorry, I totally forgot. That's my bad. I'm such a lazy ball.
Ada, you can still have Edgar, it's fine. Alright, let's go on. Zhang Lei led the way to his house. It's not too uncommon for a child to lock themselves in their room these days. The cause must be a trauma of some kind. This problem is highly likely to be related to the distortion in that case.
Besides, weird noises are coming from my daughter's room every night.
Maybe you should have some more respect for a kid's privacy. Ah! Sorry. Accidentally clicked a button.
It's nothing of the sort, ma'am. I've killed a whole lot of people in my life, and I know the sounds of tearing flesh and breaking bones all too well. It's that gruesome and morbid noise, something that shouldn't be heard from my kid's room, seeping out along with my daughter's screams.
I'm sure you have tried forcibly opening the door, am I correct?
Sure I have, but whenever I grab the doorknob or try to break the whole door, it always pushes me away, and the noise will get louder and more bruising the harder I try to open that door. I'm in a rough spell where I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't.
How old is your child? How long has it been since she locked herself in?
17. She's been there for almost 8 months now.
College entrance must be a concern as well if she's stuck in there instead of studying for it at school.
Yeah, you see, my daughter Faye is attending a virtual school. Never missed a class until now, and her grades were fine last I checked.
Virtual schooling. Students take lessons in a virtual space. It's a type of school preferred by parents who value the safety of their kids since they don't have to pass by potentially dangerous alleyways to get to school, an advantage shared by boarding schools. A parent like him who engages in violent work would especially pay more attention to their child's well-being.
And there's just one other thing my brain can't just understand.
What would that be?
Water's leaking through the door. I don't know if it's blood or seawater, but some kind of weird liquid's flowing up bit by bit.
I put my hand to my forehead and whipped my pipe. A distortion that has already materialized. That makes it a lot trickier to resolve. I'll have to see for myself how severe it is. Zhang Lei's office was located in the residential area of the back streets. It's one of the safest places outside of the nest. A complex of 30-story apartments lined up like packs of cigarettes. It's akin to a cage for chickens. I followed Zhang Lei into an elevator. The lift slowly rises, creaking and rattling. His house is on the 18th floor. As the elevator doors opened, lamps in the hallway detected our presence and flickered on. Zhang Lei took a key out of his pocket to open the door into Unit 1807. Creak. The door opens with a sharp, grating sound, and an unlit hall greets us. You live alone?
Everyone has their stories, man.
Zhang Lei forced a bitter laugh. Who are our mermaids? Adam, Moron, or we're gonna have to replace Cookie or someone.
Mermaid 3 is me, or should it be someone else?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm.
down.
I shall take it with pride.
Someone just
Well.
do a scream.
Whoop.
A shrill shriek strikes my ears immediately afterwards. Zhang Lei let out a sigh.
That's the sound I was talking about.
Your daughter's name was Faye, was it?
Mm.
I walked to the room where the scream came from. What I was faced with was a giant aquarium in the red. The door had disappeared. The room was full of red water about to overflow. Colorful aquatic plants lined the interior, gleaming in the light shining from above as though there were a hole in the ceiling leading to the sky, and the silhouette of something massive is slowly drifting far.
Check this out. Red water leaking from the door, just like what I told you.
It seems Zhang Lei can't see what's in this room. That means the materialization is not yet complete. We're both in luck. This seems to be the case of a phenomenon I'm an expert on.
That's so. I'm counting on your help, Doc.
Zhang Lei bowed low to me.
I have one thing to ask of you. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's me. I have one thing to ask of you. I need you to trust me no matter what I do from here on out. What's about to happen won't be anything normal. He nodded, standing before the room. I took a deep breath. This would get my mind as wet as a drowned rat. I held my smoking pipe in my mouth. This red water Okay, that was a bad one. This red water is a manifestation of depression. I let out a white breath, which turned into a cloudy mist that shrouded me. I remember taking a similar request before. If I went into that room unprepared, I would drown in the melancholy of Faye. The white veil surrounding me protects me from such mental corrosion. Being soaked in someone's sadness is a dysphoric experience comparable to no other. I touched the barrier of water. Faye, I'm going in. I took a step into the room, my ears submerged along the rest of my body, cutting me off from all external sounds. The inside is closer to a lake than a sea. It's filled with fresh water, not seawater. The water isn't salty. This child's sadness isn't the briny, tear-jerking kind. You can talk now, Yuria. Yuria jumped out of my coat pocket. I put her on my shoulder.
That was so suffocating.
Because a taboo hunter is after us, I forbade Yuria from speaking in most occasions. Him or others could be eavesdropping on us at any moment. This space, it's quite similar to your workshop, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's much bigger on the inside too. There may be something guarding this place, like the muscle bear in my atelier. You don't have Elsa Sunbay to protect you this time, so you'd better be careful.
It's been quite a long while since I worked on a case without Ezra's help, now that I think about it. If it weren't for her, I would be long dead before I could solve half of the cases I've dealt with. I'm guessing she got bored and fell asleep in the hotel room by now.
This place is so eerie, yet beautiful.
Yeah, we should practice extra caution with beautiful distortions. The sound of laughter echoes from somewhere. I exhaled a red breath. The pipe assumed the form of a sharp, crimson blade.
Detective, I just hear a sound coming from here.
Faint laughter underwater. Yuria pointed to the right. When a sound is heard in a mysterious place, should I approach the sound source and move away from it? It's a problem I still don't have a definite answer to, even after doing my job for so long. I'll have to trust my intuition in the end. I walked toward where the sound came from. Yuria, is there anything you can do to assist me in that body?
Afraid not.
You bullet-faced little plushie. You just... Oh, that's you.
You just curled at me in your mind, didn't you? Well, I can assist you directly. I can provide you with a bunch of prototypes abroad. I tried making ribbon for each color. If you have a function you'd like to use, just tell me and I'll tie up your pipe with the right ribbon.
What kinds of function can I expect?
Well, there's quite a diverse range of functions, and they mostly depend on your emotion, so I can give you the details here. You can just ask for me for the feeling you need right away.
I'll look forward to it. Ask for the feelings I want. I'm not sure if that's the right attitude for a technician to have.
How do you usually solve cases like this, Detective Moses?
I should figure out the cause. After all, there is a reason for everything. I'll trace along clues one by one, such as why this room is full of water, why the color is red, why it isn't salt water, until I can identify what's at the root of the distortion.
Does this count as a severe case of distortion?
Maybe. Every person is different. Thus, every person's distortion is different. I cannot begin to fathom the depth of the trench that is the human mind. Therefore, it's difficult to judge a distortion's nature hastily. I'll have to knock on their minds and confront them myself to find out. Which is frankly an exceedingly tiring work. Repeating such thoughts, I kept walking forward until I finally reached the culprit behind the laughter. It's mermaids, as I expected. Alright. Our mermaids are Ada, Winter, and Cybro. And then Brandon Stealthily are in this one too.
Hey.
They're mermaids with the body of koi, the faces of humans on the bodies of colored carp. Their long hair flutters.
And the first one?
Yep.
That big dumb fish was singing again. It's like she can't take a hint at all!
Don't you think it's lame how she writes cringy lyrics to sing with that voice?
I would have been a much better singer if I was born that size. Don't you think so too?
3 mermaids are sitting around, loudly chatting with each other. Their eye sockets are empty, just like Zhanglei's. Perhaps there's a linkage to be found between them. The 3 merfolk appear to be communicating with their voices alone, unable to see each other. One of the striking features of the merfolk is the power of their voice. Every mer person I've seen in my job possesses an ability related to voice, one type or another. And the ability of these merfolk here seems rather straightforward. The words they loudly chatter become red thorns as they escape their mouths. The thorns are then shot towards somewhere. Sometime later, a sound can be heard from a distance. Mind if I join in on your conversation? Someone is singing out there, I reckon.
Who are you? Excuse me, but we weren't talking to you?
What's a stranger doing listening in on us?
You were talking and laughing so loudly. Oh, sorry.
You were talking and laughing so loudly, we couldn't help but hear it.
Crossing her arms, Yuria rebutted.
Is this mine or is it the third mermaid?
You can take it.
It's still a rude thing to eavesdrop on others. We're just talking about ourselves. Mind your own business.
It's a scary world. Can't even talk in peace.
I apologize. We didn't intend to overhear it. Please understand that our ears had no choice other than to pick up on the sound traveling through the water.
We need to know what's going on in this place.
Yuria added.
You come from above.
One of the mermaids asked. We did come from outside, although we aren't from the above.
I had a feeling you weren't from around here. Here's a word of advice. There's a few rules you should follow here.
And what would those be?
First off, you gotta pluck your eyes out.
That's right. We don't see. We can only hear and talk.
Seeing is the most dangerous thing you can do here.
The place looks rather beautiful though.
Yuria asks.
That's precisely why. It's so dazzling and beautiful. It could kill you. So we gouged each other's eyes out.
How many mermaids like you are here?
Oh, I think I heard voices of about 100 of them today. There's still a bunch of surviving friends out there.
Survive from what, exactly?
From that huge monster, obviously. What else could it be?
Anyway, we let you hear too much of our voices. You know nothing is free in this world, right?
What do you want us to yield? I wouldn't mind compensating you for the things you told me.
Your voice.
Share your voices to us. You said this is your first time here, so we'll be conscientious and only take small portions from you two. Andre.
You won't be unable to speak.
Bleh. Detective Moses, they're starting to freak me out.
Yuria hid behind me. I paused for a moment to think. I'll have to follow the rules for a while. You can take my voice, including this kid's share.
Detective Moses!
Yuria, trust me.
Well, fine.
The three mermaids took turns to kiss me. Each time their lips touched mine, it felt as though something was being pulled out from my throat.
Hey, I didn't expect your voice to taste this good.
They say a voice gains a savory taste as it ages.
That's so true.
The mermaids babbled on, with much livelier and louder voices. My voice only has half as much volume as before. It feels rather raspy as well.
Detective Moses, are you alright?
Yuria worriedly asks. Yeah.
Let me tell you one more thing. You'd better not speak too much here. Not all mermaids will take voices gently like we do. You only have so much voice to spare.
Then again, our existence would be pointless if we didn't talk, no?
That's why we'll talk non-stop and look for more voices.
Where can we find the giant fish you were talking about?
It's where the screams are coming from, and the place that shines so brightly. It's headache-inducing.
She's got a stupidly massive voice pocket. It just never runs out, no matter how much she sings.
Once again, red words spewed from her mouth became thorns that fly somewhere. Moments later, a scream is heard. Thank you. Leaving behind the mermaids, I headed for the direction where the screams came from. They still noisily chatter as if they want to be heard by others. The large monster they mentioned and the source of the screams must be Faye. It would appear that Faye's own distortion is attacking her. Yuria, is it possible for your teddy bears to attack you?
Sure, it's possible. There's no way it makes such an order at all. I can control the teddy bear like they are my hand and feet. You can slap your own cheek if you bother to. You see what you mean?
This could possibly be a form of self-harm. 17 years old, a student, virtual school, red water, aquarium, freshwater, carp, mermaids, song, voice, thorns, self-harm. I slowly enumerate the clues and make possible connections. Discord with someone at school, delicacy of a child at puberty, desire for a beautiful voice, urge to sing, self-loathing, attempted suicide, severed relationships. There's still much leeway for guessing. This pool of red water was created from someone's blood. Blood from a wounded heart, most likely. Stagnant water means melancholy. The gloom is typically distorted in a form of water. Sadness full of sorrow manifests as seawater, usually with a deep blue hue. The subject often burrows deep into their own heart, settling the ocean's depths. On the other hand, blood red water is the disruptive kind. This place can be compared to an aquarium or a shallow pond, a body of stagnant water glowing in bright powder pink that is neither dark nor deep. An aquarium of depression where a destructive impulse subtly rests. Repeating such thoughts in my mind, I slowly walked toward the epicenter of the sounds. Whenever the screams paused, I spoke with blind mermaids passing by. With every mermaid talking about screams, I gained more information about where the source is located. As I get closer to the sounds, more red thorns quickly fly past me. I turn around to deflect the ones flying directly toward me with my sword as I advance. Not long after, I encountered a giant corpse emitting a bright pink glow. I let out a sigh of relief. Finding the host of a distortion in the expansive space it has created is half the battle won. The carp radiated such a brilliant light, it was akin to a gemstone. Myriads of red thorns are lodged in its body. The colossal carp lets out painful screams, blood gushing out from the wounds. The carp sings, crying, a dreadful distortion created by herself. Dead mermaids litter the floor below the carp. Mermaids who still have eyes are lured by the light. When the mermaids approach the carp, long arms emerge from its mouth and pull her in for a kiss. Those hands then gouge the mermaid's eyes out. Bleeding from the emptied eye sockets, the mermaid writhes and sinks to the bottom, unable to scream. Yuri and I were watching that scene with bated breath. All of a sudden, a red thorn grazed past my cheek and nailed itself in the carp. The white veil enfolding us pops. We're slowly doused in the red misery. Without a shroud to protect the mind, the carp's reddish light directly enters my eyes. My mind is slipping in. I tried to block the light with my palm. Yuria, hand me a ribbon with the feel of enveloping something. Purple would be good. I can barely speak at this point. My voice is so small and coarse.
Here.
I wrapped the ribbon Yuria gave me around the smoking pipe, and I inhaled a deep, violet breath. Dark smoke billowed from the pipe and surrounded the carp, holding it in place and restraining the light it emitted. I approached the carp and removed a thorn stuck in its body, one by one. The carp shrilled each time a thorn was pulled out. The piercing shrieks invoked visions of Faye's past in my head. You just wanted to sing. I pulled out a thorn. You were always alone at home. I pull out a thorn. You became friends with fellow students and enjoyed your songs. I pull out a thorn. You were happy that your friend would listen to the songs you wrote. I pull out a thorn. But those friends changed as time passed. I pull out a thorn. Your friends only liked you for your pretty voice. I pull out a thorn. They were only interested in your voice, not the songs you made. I pull out a thorn. You began to think that your friends were jealous of you for that reason. You thought you were being hated. I pull out a thorn. You were upset. You started hating your friends. I pull out a thorn. That's why, Faye. You pushed away your friends one-sidedly. I pull out a thorn. You became all alone. I pull out a thorn. Faye, the mermaids that are inflicting pain upon you are illusions you created. I pull out a thorn. You created a space to feel hurt and vent your anger. I pull out a thorn. Maybe the malice your friends bear is an illusion as well. You'll never know until you have a heart-to-heart with them. I pull out a thorn. Doubt and anger fostered by resumptions you make on your own will only harm you. I continued to pluck out thorns. My ears are bleeding. My consciousness is barely holding up. She could be categorized as a type who experienced rejection from others. They create a space for themselves and swallow their anger inside it. Without a vent to dissipate the rage, the emotion will eat away at them. The last remaining thorn is pulled out. You'll face many hardships similar to this in the future. Please don't hurt yourself. Because of that, we need to have the courage to check the true feelings of others and ourselves. The process will surely be uncomfortable and painful, just like now. Feel free to contact me whenever you feel troubled with it. We'll ponder on the matter together. Bloody water poured out of Faye's room. Faye and I were swept along by the flood and landed in the living room. Zhang rushed to Faye and hugged her. That's another case solved. There's still a few scales left on Faye's face, but this is a good enough outcome.
Doc, I'd not express my thanks to you.
Zhang kept bowing to me to show his gratitude. Pay more attention to your child. I know your job keeps you busy, but you neglected her too much.
Yeah, I really should. Thanks again, Doc.
Knock, knock, knock. Someone bangs on the door. It's 2 a.m. right now. I have a bad feeling about this. Zhang pulled a podao from his dimensional glove.
Doc, stay here a moment.
He headed to the entrance. I carried Faye on my back and returned to her room.
Wait then.
Oh, sorry. The front door was knocked out of frame and flown into the house with a loud noise.
There's a person named Moses here.
Vespa Crabro. That's his voice.
Well, who are you?
Zhang asked back in an intimidating tone.
Vespa Carbro, Associate Fixer Vencorp in Taboo. Please spare me a moment. I have business to handle here.
Let me guess. Someone broke the taboo?
Correct.
Click, clack, Vespa's shoes audibly sound on the flooring.
Hey, why don't you take your shoes off, at least?
Click, clack, I can hear him open the door of the house, each door of the house.
You were listening for shit, huh?
Vespa was almost at the door to Faye's room.
Salt of water. Where's this blood?
Doc, run!
A yellow blade flashed before my eyes. Zhang podao blocked Vespa's sword. The sharp noise echoed through the house.
John Lay of the Gube office. I've heard a report on you in the past.
Well, ain't that an honor. Dr. Moses, please take good care of my daughter.
I gave him a nod. Vespa adjusted his glasses and scowled at me. The sound of swords clashing against each other blared from the house for a while, noises of furniture breaking down, clamor of tussles and rough shouts. I hurriedly went down the apartment, carrying Faye on my back. I couldn't afford to wait for an elevator, so we took the stairs. The noise of them fighting could still be faintly heard as I descended. We reached the ground floor. Something dropped from above with a heavy thud, causing the concrete floor around it to cave in. I laid Faye on the ground. The dark shape rose from the ground as it came under the streetlight. Vespa's yellow clothing was smeared with blood, and the blood wasn't his. He's holding something in his hand. He then tossed it at us. It's Zhonglei's head. I placed my smoking pipe in my mouth and lit out a pale blue breath. And red blood gushed out. Before I could finish breathing, my right arm fell to the ground along with the pipe. Vespa was already cleaning the blood on the yellow blade of his sword. I couldn't even see him draw it from the sheath.
I've collected testimony I've collected testimony for 50 people. This record is enough justification for me to execute District 14.
He pulled the yellow hondo back in its sheath and slowly approached me.
Any last words?
Vespa spoke in a deep voice, adjusting his glasses. I can't believe Rand's dead.
Rand got Singda!
I got off-screened. I got Gojo'd.
Rand got Gojo'd.
Alright. I need to respond to my mom.
Where were you when Rand was killed?
I was eating Dorito when I heard the news. Rand is killed.
No! Rand got Singda!
Alright. Let us go. I'm more interested in hearing what you have to say. Do you want to take my life? Blood is flowing out of my severed right arm. All I can do at this point is run my mouth.
Dr. Moses, I do not enjoy killing people. I don't wish to stain my body with blood that I don't need to see.
So, what is it that you want?
First and foremost, the most important task. Retrieving the original footage that was recorded.
Vespa shook his hand to check his watch for a moment, then resumed his speech.
Second, moving you, Ezra, and Yuria. 3 people who broke the cabin to end court. Apparently, Yuria was not the only one guilty of violating the cabin.
You don't immediately kill those who break the taboo? How considerate.
Well, that's how things are.
But no one who's been sent to EndCorp for infringing the taboo has ever returned, to my knowledge. Vespa glared at me and readjusted his glasses.
Make no mistake. I could decapitate you right now. Store your head in the preservation cube.
Then why aren't you doing so? Vespa has something he needs to coax out of me, something he can get from me. Knowledge about the distortion? It doesn't make much sense for a taboo hunter to inquire about the distortion. Vespa's objective is to bring Ezra, Yuria, and I to his employer. He seems to have located me easily, then he might be aware of Ezra's location as well. Perhaps he already took care of her. However, he would have no need to hesitate if I were the only remaining target. Now I get it. Finding Ezra and I should be easy for him. But Yuria? Even if he found Ezra and Yuria in the hotel room we booked, he'd only have an unconscious body on his hands. It would be difficult to imagine via common knowledge that her conscious mind had been transferred to this small teddy bear of all things, not a replacement body or any conceivable alternative. And Vespa is pressed for time right now. If he had enough to spare, he would have severed my head like he threatened to do just now and searched my brain for the relevant information. This shows that he has no time to do even that. This gives me leeway for a negotiation. He needs to know something only a conscious Yuria knows. He's yet to find the original recordings. Only a Yuria knows where they are. They'd be inside Yuria's workshop in that case. I have time and information as my weapon. Looks like I'm the only conscious person who has a lead on the whereabouts of the original footage, and you're running short on time. Vespa furrowed his brow. It seems it's my turn again. What happened to Ezra?
Finally, let's show a bit of honesty. After answering your question, you'll answer mine with her.
I'll take it. If you still haven't given me an answer for my last question.
I lost Mr. Ezra. She was a quick-witted.
I was quite relieved to hear the news. I still cannot fully trust him, however.
It's my turn. Dr. Moses, Do you know where the original copy of the footage you recorded is located?
I knew that the footage is in Yuria's atelier. At the same time, I don't know how to access her workshop. Yes, I know where the footage is. I don't know how to get there, though. Vespa raised his eyebrows. What did you do with Yuria's body?
Wait,
No, that was me. That? Like, that's me. Like, right? This is me. What did you do with Yuria's body?
It's in my car, and I haven't laid a thing on it. I answered your question, so let me ask mine. Can you figure out how to access the location of the footage?
I can figure it out. I can simply ask Yuria about it. Even I had no way of knowing. This is a question I am obligated to answer with a yes. If I said otherwise, my usefulness would expire to him. Vespa believes what I'm saying. This question is one asked by someone expecting to hear a truthful statement for every question. He's more honest than he seems. I've gained all the information I need from him. Vespa is likely to be telling the truth. That would mean Ezra is alive. Yuria's body is fine as well. All I can do next is have faith in Ezra. I can. What happens to us once we follow you to N-Corp?
All I do is hunt down those who violate the taboo and send them to N-Corp.
Vespa looked at his watch again. That's you.
Alright. I believe we can now make a deal. As you have pointed out, I have little time to spare. I will only take you along with original footage. I will forfeit the hunt for Ezra and Yuri as of now. I will advise against attempting to bargain for more for your information.
Fine. Yuria opened the atelier for him. Yuria squirmed out of my coat's pocket. Vespa quietly stares at us, showing no reaction to the moving teddy bear.
Detective Moses?
I told you. You should trust me.
Understood. A door is needed to get to my atelier. We could use one on Mr. Zhang's house.
Can you make some time to go back up to the apartment?
If we must, we'll go up as you...
No, that's
me.
That's Vespa.
Yeah, that's me. If we must, we'll go up as you are, and the smoking pipe will be in my possession. You'll have to come with me.
After I nodded, Vespa came to my side. He took out a stasis preservation cube from the inside coat pocket and stored my right arm in it. Putting the cube back, Vespa covered my shoulder with a dressing. He then put Faye on his shoulder, who was still lying on the ground unconscious. He bent his knees to lower his position and stretched an arm at us. Yuria and I watched Vespa's bizarre series of movements in silence.
We have no time to take another one. Come over.
Do we really have to do this?
Dr. Moses, I cannot waste this.
Disgusting. Vespa leapt to the 17th floor of the apartment with Faye and I in his embrace. He has tremendous muscular strength. He must have gained it through a multitude of augmentation procedures, and I assume he partakes in ceaseless physical training as well. We were back at Zhang Lei's house in an instant. All the furniture in the house is now severely damaged or broken. Blade cuts were vividly showing on the walls, and I could guess how fierce the battle was despite its length.
I can insult defense while executing my duty. I hope you don't have any hard feelings towards me for killing acquaintances of yourself.
He's a dangerous kind. He switches his attitude in an instant and entices people into bringing their guard down with honeyed words, saying that he didn't do it because he wanted to. This man could have easily neutralized Zhang Lei without killing him. In that sense, Vespa is a pro when it comes to hunting people. He knows when to apply psychological pressure on his targets and when to loosen them up. Every action of his is calculated. Vespa gently put Faye and I on the floor. Yuria, open the workshop. Yuria climbed out of my pocket and touched one of the closed doors. The door vibrated briefly.
Done.
Vespa said, adjusting his glasses. It had to be an unfamiliar sight for him, but he doesn't appear fazed at all. I picked up Yuria, who was standing in front of the door, and placed her on my shoulder. I opened the door to the now familiar staircase to Yuria's atelier. I slowly walked down the stairs. Vespa follows us from behind, keeping a distance. After coming down the stairs, we're walking along the corridor leading to the hall. This is where the real battle starts. Yuria, the bears. Right as I whispered the word... that should have been much quieter. Right as I whispered the words to Yuria, I rolled backwards. Forward. Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
Oopsies. All the bears in Yuria's atelier rushed out at once. Teddy bears armed with blades on their paws jumped at Vespa. There was a flash of yellow light. The heads of the bears dropped to the ground before they could even reach him. A large bear with an axe descends from the ceiling, aiming for Vespa. The bear is split in half before touching the ground. While Vespa's sword was busy cutting apart the bears, I desperately ran toward the exit. Numerous bears gang up on Vespa. Every single one of them is sliced up before they can touch him. Keeping Vespa occupied is good enough work for us, however. Yuria, you can't pump out an unlimited amount of bears, can you?
Of course I can't. I'm about to faint from dizziness. I'm squeezing my brain right now.
Yuria struggled to speak, clinging to my shoulder.
Dr. Moses, I'm disappointed.
Vespa's quiet mutter reached my ear. I arrived at the stairs leading up to the outside, and I told Vespa, "You'll find the footage you're looking for at the end of that corridor. You'd best settle for retrieving the footage." Vespa is surrounded by a legion of teddy bears. It's physically improbable that he'll come for us immediately in that state. I just need to take a few more steps up the stairs.
I intend to keep my word. I am taking you both of you in the footage.
Light flashed for a second. I fell down on my face with a groan. A spear penetrated my left thigh and nailed itself to the floor. This is a tool for hunting humans. It's a harpoon, not an ordinary spear. Damn it. The hermit was embroidered on his clothes for a reason. Vespa unhurriedly approaches me, slicing up the bears around him. I tried to pull the harpoon out of my thigh, but it wouldn't budge. I don't have the strength to remove this. Yuria tries to help me, but to no avail. Falling on the stairway, I lifted my head. All I had to do was climb up those stairs. Vespa was now right behind me. The exit seems so far and faint now.
I suppose taking your head was a better idea after.
Vespa adjusted his glasses.
This will not happen again.
So, this is how it ends.
Ezra.
Megra. Ezra!
Fuck, I was muted. Fuck, I was muted. Hectopascal kick! 10 times the acceleration!
Ezra landed her foot on Vespa's chest with incredible force. Vespa was flung far away at a remarkable speed.
Detective, are you okay?
Ezra was also covered in injuries. Just look at me and tell me if this looks okay.
Ezra Sunbay!
Junior!
Yuria hopped excitedly. Ezra responded with a wide smile. She must have been worried about Yuria since she couldn't protect her body from Vespa. But it's still too early to be relieved. Most foes would have been reduced to pieces of flesh and bone the moment they came in contact with Ezra's flying kick coming down from the height of a long stairway at full force. However, Vespa was only knocked away by its impact. That monster of a man. Ezra, please get rid of this thing stuck in my thigh.
Okay, detective, hold still for a bit.
I grit my teeth. The harpoon was removed from the ground once Ezra gave it some force.
Detective, can you get up on your own?
Ezra has no time to help me up. She has to face Vespa, who will come back for us in no time.
Sunbay, I'll help Detective up with my beers.
Okay, I'll leave it to you, Junior.
Small teddy bears appeared and lifted me. They're probably manifested from the last of Yuria's mental strength that she could squeeze out. The bears carry us and speedily climb up the staircase. Ezra, follow us right away! With a blast of sound, a yellow light sparkles from the end of the corridor and dashes towards us. In a fraction of a second, Ezra caught the yellow blade between her palms with a clapping motion.
Excellent.
Vespa remarked, shaking his rumpled hair with his vacant right hand.
Detective, you should go first!
Ezra shouted. Ezra, get up here as soon as you see a chance, I shouted back.
I don't think I can do that. Sorry.
Ezra answered. Alright, we might be able to go beyond chapter 20 today.
Maybe.
Like more than, because we only did 10 chapters last time. I think we can do a little more than 10 this time, because it hasn't been 2 hours yet. I can go on for a little while more, though I am starting to feel it a bit.
Yeah.
Alright,
I can
what do we got? I think this is just the same 4. Yeah, it's just the same 4 for this one. Whoa!
Yay!
Oh, we're gonna need someone to voice Fang, and Engie still isn't here!
Bruh.
Who's voicing Fang in the next chapter? Let's get that done. Let's get that figured out right now. Who's voicing Faye?
Okay. Wait.
No,
Mega
can't voice Faye. He's messing Ezra.
And Winter can't voice Faye because he's voicing the Fixer.
That's what they're going to.
Flip a coin between Adastar or Winter.
No, Winter's got a fixer.
Adastar.
Adastar, go.
It's my time to shine.
Adastar, go. What do you say?
Wait, give it to Adastar. Give it to Adastar.
Alright, Adastar, go on that one. Okay, we're chapter 20 right now, though. Alright.
What do you mean? You can't voice because you're a lich? That's why.
Yeah, Moron lost his vocal cords. Okay. I think I accidentally zoomed this in a little bit more than I meant to. Oh well. Okay.
Yes, I think I might win this if these go well.
Oh, it's not picking up the clap. Whatever. The edge of the sword in Vespa's left hand is facing toward Ezra, and she's desperately keeping the blade from getting closer to her. Vespa strikes Ezra's ribs with his unoccupied right hand. Pum! A noise echoes. The blow sends Ezra flying into the wall, and she then rebounds to deliver a kick to Vespa's head. Vespa's glasses are knocked off of his face. He stumbled for a moment, but he soon regained balance. Ezra wipes...
That didn't take up, did it?
Ezra wipes the blood on her mouth.
You're talented in combat.
A yellow light flashed.
But you do not have the talent of killing people.
Blood spilled from Ezra's chest. She took out the Nestor Workshop hammer and swung it downward, only to land on thin hair. Damn it, if only I had my smoking pipe, I could have leveraged the situation in her favor somehow. I was halfway up the stairs. There's absolutely nothing I can do other than helplessly watch Ezra.
Sunbay, remember what we talked about the other day?
Yuria shouted urgently.
I know! Junior!
Come to think of it, the mask that always used to cover Ezra's face wasn't there this time. A yellow light flashed once again. The flashing light left a trail across Ezra's waist. Sparks flew up with an ear-splitting screech of metal. Ezra's left waist is padded with an object akin to a sheet of steel.
Let's wonder why we haven't used it until now.
This is my first time using it, so...
There's someone has some, like, background noise coming in through. Stealth!
He has ambience on.
His ambience on, man.
Sorry about that!
Flashes of yellow light sparkle from Vespa's left arm. A piece of armor blooms wherever a yellow light strikes. The blade leaves yellow trails as it slices through the armor, but it fails to leave a deep cut. Ezra shrugs off Vespa's attacks and swiftly closes in on him. That's my Ezra. Ezra's psychoman is thoroughly protecting her. She drills a fist into Vespa's chest without hesitation. The sheer force of the punch produced a sound wave that resounded through the workshop. Vespa flinched with a cough. Ezra gives him no rest from the flurry of her fists. Vespa is steadily being pushed into the corner, coughing up blood. This battle is under Ezra's control now. She gives her opponent no room to brandish their sword. Ezra knows how to fight someone armed with a bladed weapon, but Vespa is just as persistent. He won't fall down or let go of his blade, even though his face is already covered in blood. He won't lose his balance, despite seeing Ezra completely dominate this fight. I can't be at ease.
I must reassess you.
Vespa mutters something. Ezra ignores his mumblings and continues to throw punches and kicks at him. Groin, left chest, laryngeal prominence, right waist, left calf, solar plexus, left cheek, solar plexus, groin, rib, left thigh, groin again, left waist. Ezra's fists strike every known weakness of the human body that could be fatal. Vespa groans, but he does not collapse.
Stop hitting my fucking dick, bro!
Dude. Yuri and I reach the top of... Dude!
Okay, sorry.
Yuri and I reached the top of the stairs and escaped the atelier. Outside the door, we watched Ezra's fight with bated breath. A sharp, high-pitched sound was heard, Vespa holding a harpoon in his right hand. That harpoon was lying on the door behind Ezra mere moments ago, and there was a hole in the armor covering Ezra's left shoulder. Blood leaks from the injured shoulder, yet Ezra does not step back. She continues to pummel Vespa with her right hand. Vespa held the harpoon short and stabbed it into Ezra. Ezra took quick steps to dodge to the side, but she couldn't outspeed the thrust. The harpoon penetrated deep into Ezra's side. Nevertheless, Ezra moves forward, and she wrapped her right arm around Vespa's. This is the sound of bones breaking. Ezra broke Vespa's arm and snapped it. Clink! The harpoon tumbles to the floor. However, Vespa's eyes have not gone lifeless. He stares into Ezra without blinking even once. Those eyes are dangerous. Ezra cannot finish this fight. She will die if this goes on. The fight needs to end right this instant. Ezra, get up here now! I shouted at Ezra from the top of my lungs. She instantly backed off, kicking Vespa in the chest.
Yes, detective!
Ezra rapidly sprints up the stairs. Vespa has his gaze fixed on her. Yuria, seal the workshop! I yelled, ready to shut the door. The harpoon is lifted in front of his eyes. Ezra climbed the staircase in a matter of seconds. She's only one step away. A yellow light flashed before my eyes. It can't be anything other than his harpoon coming at full speed towards Ezra and towards me. Believing in Ezra, I slammed the door shut with all my strength. The vibration sent the tremor through the building for a while. I am fortunately alive. The harpoon couldn't break through the atelier's door. And Ezra?
Detective, what will you do with your arm and leg? Doesn't it hurt bad?
She was checking on me first, even when she was badly injured herself. We all survived the hunter. I heaved a sigh. Looking around the living room, I was greeted by the fixers of Do Gui office who were still alive, and Faye was at the center of them. There's many pieces that need picking up here. Alright. Ada, Winter, you're coming in on this one.
Never mind.
No, Ezra's ego is because Yuria gave her an ego thingy.
Ah. Okay, because
It's volatile ego, isn't it?
I think so. Like, Ezra doesn't have any full ego, and it's because of Yuria's, workshopping. I think that does get explained at some point.
Yeah, because as I was wondering, what the hell wouldn't she use that against Matthias? Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Chapter 21. It seems 5 fixers out of the 17 of Do Gui office have survived. They're just as badly wounded as we are. Some have lost their arms, and most are drenched in blood. It's evident that Vespa's end goal wasn't senseless murder. He exerted the precise amount of violence that was needed to carry out his mission. He most likely withdrew from the hotel as soon as he secured Yuri's body. Ada, are you voicing, or are we...
So I didn't think it would be that line, but... My father has passed away.
They said.
I suppose you're responsible for it. And it's also thanks to you that I could leave that room.
Sorry about that.
It was my father's choice to work in such a perilous business.
True, our work is a risky one. Who is the current representative of Do Gui office? I'd like to settle up the charge for this request.
As per the tradition of Do Gui office, Miss Faye here will be inheriting the position as representative of the office.
One of the fixers spoke. A hereditary office. A combat office with a hereditary system. This office values loyalty above all else, as I suspected. Moreover, the new leader is a student who hasn't reached adulthood yet. It's unfortunate, but it's as clear as day that this office will disband sooner or later. Well then, Faye of Do Gui office, let me ask this straight. Are you going to hold us responsible for this? The room fell quiet. My contract to Zhang Lei was a verbal one. There's no document to prove that Zhang Lei died protecting us as part of his work. The worst-case scenario would be her escalating the situation into a violent conflict as payback. We'd have to fight tooth and nail against people with equally tattered bodies. Our fate is in the hands of this young representative.
Everyone, let's take time to heal up before we continue the conversation. I have a lot I'd like to hear from you.
Faye suggested with a calm voice. She's a wise child. Ezra broke into Vespa's car and extracted Yuria's body. Her body was untouched just as Vespa said. We returned to our office with it. Vespa was surprisingly gentle about combing through our vacant home, it seems. Our office looked nearly identical to how it was when we left. Ezra and I took an HP tablet and went to sleep. There was much we wanted to discuss, but we were on the verge of collapse, physically and mentally. We decided to save talk for the day after. Do Gui office, lunchtime. The 3 of us sat on a sofa. Faye modestly sits on the leather sofa where her father used to frequent. President Faye, may I explain our situation and stance first?
Yes. Go ahead.
I made a deal with Zhang Lei, the previous representative of Do Gui office. The contract was to hire all fixers of Do Gui office for 2 weeks. I needed their help because we broke the taboo of District 14 and a taboo hunter began pursuing us. I agreed to pay as much as they demanded according to the rules of the office. However, we only vaguely discussed the payment and never decided on an exact sum, and I didn't disclose the identity of my pursuer to them. If I told them I was being chased by a taboo hunter, most would have refused to take the request. So Zhang Lei gave me another condition. to solve the strange happening taking place in his house. I had informed him that I run an office that solves mysteries and unsolved cases, which likely led him to bring it up, and the peculiar occurrence in his house was related to you, President Fay. I followed Zhang Lei to his house and saved you in my own way, thus fulfilling one of the conditions of our contract. Shortly after I solved the case, the taboo hunter came to the house to capture me, and Zhang Lei died in the process of defending me as part of the contract. This is the way things happened.
You're telling the story in such a dry tone.
I also risked my life to save yours, mind you. Even though there's no physical proof, I can say with certainty that I made a deal with him that involves lives and money.
I know. It's not that I distrust you. I just hope to hear you express your condolences to my father.
Yes, I personally feel quite grateful to Zhang Lei as well. Even after knowing that his opponent was a taboo hunter, he didn't hesitate to brandish his weapon against him in order to protect me. Although it would be fairer to say that he did it for your sake, Faye. And I heard from Ezra that she managed to safely escape from the hotel thanks to the fixers of your office. My appreciation and condolences to Zhang Lei and all the other fixers of the office who passed away knows no bounds. Ezra slowly nodded next to me.
This is my line?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Your words hopefully comforted my father's spirit a little.
Faye looked down for a short moment.
The request our office has taken isn't over yet. We will protect the people of Moses' office for the remaining 13 days.
Yes, boss.
The fixers of Dogui office answered in unison. I'm quite touched by her kind heart, but I must say it feels like a child playing boss more than anything. The office has already lost most of its strength. A cool-headed representative should nullify a baseless request like this and focus on reorganization.
I know that my decision may seem silly to adults. You're probably thinking that it won't help us in the long run. But here's something my father once told me. Our office is bound together with loyalty. So I'd like to repay you for staking your life to rescue me. Besides, you promised us to ponder on my troubles together. And you'll have to be alive for that, right?
She got me there. This child may have a faint heart, but she is a person of will.
Crane, please contact our sister offices. Tell them that Dogway office is requesting help.
A fixer standing next to Faye nods. Thank you, President Faye. Our office is deeply indebted to you. I stood up and formally showed my gratitude.
My father taught me what to do in case this day arrived. From now on, I'll have to learn from the people here.
Faye stared into space for a short while, immersed in thought.
Let's set up the request fee now. I'll set the amount based on the customs of Dogway office.
She's meticulous in her business dealings, at least. Ezra, I'll leave this to you. I came up to the rooftop. I fished out a cigarette from a pack with my left hand and held it in my mouth. I have to light it up as well. What a nuisance. Blowing out smoke, I thought about what lay ahead of us.
Detective Moses, what will you do about your smoking pipe?
That's what I'd like to ask. What will you do about your workshop?
My atelier will be out of commission for a while. I've run out all of my brain power, so I won't be able to help in the atelier anytime soon. Encouraging your beer to work for me is another mental core.
Both you and I have become useless. Actually, no. At least I can still see the distortion.
I'd work like a dog once my atelier is back in business.
Iria spoke in a tiny voice.
Detective, I got a huge discount. Hehehe.
Ezra came running with a delighted look. Looks like the negotiation was a success. I pulled another cigarette out of the pack. Ezra deftly lights the cigarette in my mouth.
Detective, where will we get a new arm? Where will we get a new arm for you? Oh, and what about a smoking pipe?
You come at the right time. We were talking about it just now. I'll have to get a new arm before we head to District 11. Ezra, may I leave you to choose the right model of prosthetic for me?
Yeah, you bet. I'll find one that suits you real nicely, Detective.
I'm taking it off for my real arm once I get back from the pesky bee. The last time I saw my right arm, he stored it in a stasis preservation cube. Maybe that stupid Hormet will starve to death if we keep him trapped. Nope, that's Yuria. Frick!
Maybe that stupid Hornet will starve to death if we keep him trapped in my atelier for long enough.
Waiting it out is one way, sure, but a fixer of Vespa's little can take procedures that allow them to last long without food or water. We don't know what kind of augments Vespa has, which means we don't know when or if he'll actually die of starvation. Tell me, how will Vespa rampaging in your workshop affect you?
It'll take some time to restore the atelier, first and foremost. And by some time, I mean a considerable amount of it. I'll be dead wet for a good while.
At least it's a relief to know that your body and mind will be alright. I'll use my brain to work out how we'll deal with Vespa, so you can let yours rest. And Ezra, how did you manage to manifest your psychoment? Ezra's wearing her mask now. Her distortion has become visible again. I bit a new cigarette in my mouth. I miss my pipe.
I consulted my junior here about it actually. I was thinking maybe I could get stronger if I learned to psychoment. So she taught me the knack of it.
Yuria, I don't believe a knack alone is sufficient to manifest the psychoment.
I have a pendant in addition to that, another prototype of mine. I watched the footage of Asa Sunbay fighting the skeleton titan in Taeyong Produsco over and over again, and I've carved a pendant that I thought would be compatible with her. The pendant I made is a catalyst for manifesting psychoment. It also helps shape the psychoment according to the curved mental image.
That will be quite useful in the future.
Carving one is a time-consuming process that I need my atelier to even begin. True.
I could become even stronger thanks to you, Junior.
Both of our problems come down to Vespa being trapped inside the atelier. I need my smoking pipe back, and Yuria needs her workshop back to fully realize her capabilities. Nothing has really changed. I need to meet up with Han Hee-jun in District 11 and dump this beehive on him. What should we do with your body, Yuria?
Oh, about that. When I explain a situation to Faye? No, that's you. No?
Yeah, that's Mega. That's apparently Mega.
Oh, that's me? Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, about that. When I explained her situation to Faye, she said she'd take care of the body until we get back.
She's being too nice to us. Perhaps she wishes to ensure that her father's life was not lost in vain by providing safety and comfort to the people he died to protect. In any case, I'm in no position to refuse the hospitality. I took the cigarette out of my mouth and ground it into the ashtray. It's time to start preparing for the trip. A funeral for Shang Lei and his deceased subordinates was held for 3 days. The funeral was conducted according to the traditions of the East, Zhang's region of origin. Faye remained in the funeral parlor from start to finish of the ceremony. Looking at the portrait of Zhang Lei smiling at the camera, I couldn't help but be reminded of a photographer I met some time ago. I had to accompany Ezra on our shopping tour to workshops for some time. The fixtures of Dogui office and its sister offices escorted us throughout the leave, as though we were noble women. In fact, the escort didn't stop when we were back inside. They stood guard vigilantly around our office and made sure that no intruder could dare approach or harm us. I spent the rest of my time talking with Faye about the distortion, about what happened to her, and how she should live out her life there hereafter. The time passed steadily. 30 minutes until the warp train departs. I puffed my last cigarette into the smoking lounge. Warp trains, they always reach their destination in a blink of an eye. Ezra waves at me from the platform, carrying her dimensional bag over her shoulder. She must be thrilled about this. I put Yuria in my coat pocket. I made sure to tell her to act like a doll for a good while. Faye and the fixers of Dogui office came over to see us off. Ezra and I sat in our seats on the train. We're finally leaving. We faced so many vicissitudes up until this departure. Alas.
A trip. I'm so excited for it.
Ezra, what awaits us there might be even more intense than the things we've gone through recently.
And food too. I've only seen the food of the Siren District in pictures, so I've always wanted to try it myself.
Yeah, let's keep ourselves to a fair bit when we get there.
Oh, yeah.
I closed my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, we were already at our destination. The warp station in District 11, where the nest of K-Corp is located. Where Han Hee-jun is. Where that person is. Oh. Part 1 of... Okay. Let's go through Chapter 22, and probably call it there. I will be right back. I just need to go to the bathroom. Oh, okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello, back.
Welcome back.
Oh, hey, D7, you finally get the voice.
Went away.
My time has finally come. I only had to wait 22 chapters.
DS does
Yeah, I
what
have to
DS
work on it.
wants, okay? DS's.
He is
Yes,
using right now.
Yeah, DS is DSing. Alright. Sorry, let me check this. Yeah, okay. Starts with you with Han Hee-jun.
Greetings, Dr. Moses. You've come at last.
A familiar pair of arrogant eyeballs await me right outside the warp terminal. The way he speaks infuriates me even more. At last, he says, like I had any choice. I was caught in the shrewd trap he set up. Those words could very well mean, as I expected. Didn't you come to your workroom at the association? Tell us
I
to come
came
to your
here
association. Yeah, no, I messed it up.
to pick
Whatever.
you up instead. Because we have no time to lose. What happened to your right arm?
It's appalling to see him assume an air of concern. And as I deal with whatever he has to say for me, I'll be in the smoking lounge for a bit.
Go to detective.
That me?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Moses. Is that really you, Moses?
This voice, that son of a bitch Han Hee-jun, screwed me over in more ways than one. Perhaps the real meaning of his at last was, in spite of everything.
Detective.
Ezra quickly stands between me and the unwelcome guest.
Ezra's here too. I miss you two so much.
Her despicable voice, her side eyes, and her pitying gaze towards us.
Yes. Please just leave. We can't handle this. Not today.
Ezra pleads in a quavering voice.
Moses, dear. I forgot all about what happened that day. So can't we go back to how we used to be in the good old days? Pretty please.
That person hasn't changed one bit since that day, from her appearance to her demeanor.
Right? Hey, June. It's all in the past, isn't it?
Han Hee-jun stays silent. That day I led hundreds of people to death. I wanted to save them from Diaz's arms, but I could not. Diaz, what shady bullshit were you plotting with Tai Young, Produce Co., and District 14? Holding in my feelings, I quietly asked.
Ah, that thing? Actually...
Lady Diaz, I'm afraid we'll have to take a rain check on that. Dr. Moses has to take care of an urgent matter for the association right now.
Han Hee-jun intervened with a laugh.
Oh, really? That's too bad. Do invite these two to my home later, okay?
Understood. I'll arrange it as soon as the doctor finishes her mission.
We sat in the backseat of Han Hee-jun's vehicle. None of us were willing to speak at first. I gazed out the window. The reason I've come to District 11, it's not to make money, keep my name in the association, or to solve distortions. It's to face the past. I had to be confronted with it someday.
As I explained 2 months ago, 7 Association wants the distortion in its whole, Doctor. Are you two listening to me?
Mm-hmm. At least I am. Han Hee-jun Sombae.
Ezra answers in my stead.
We're heading to a rural village. Our association has been keeping an eye on the place for the past 2 months. And the time is ripe to harvest that fruit.
Are you saying the town has been ravaged by the distortion already? I opened my mouth.
No, it's a peaceful place, but it is distorted. Even I could tell, and I'm not capable of seeing the distortion.
The car stopped in front of a street.
We've arrived. You can get out now.
Ezra and I stepped out of the back. Han Hee-jun lowered the driver's side of the window.
Walk down this street for around 15 minutes, and you'll find a small village.
And what exactly am I supposed to do there? I haven't received any documentation detailing the mission. I took a pack of cigarettes out of the inner coat of my pocket and held a cigarette in my mouth. Ezra lights it up.
Dr. Moses, your smoking pipe?
Surprised, Han Hee-jun asked. It's a long story. So, care to remind me what we should do here?
You'll see once you enter the village. Your work is to investigate the place and draw a cognate conclusion from it. Afterwards, report what happened in the village to the association.
I swung my hand at Han Hee-jun as a gesture that he's told me enough and as such can start off now.
Dr. Moses, this will be a wretched job.
I puffed smoke into the air. Han Hee-jun raises the window back up.
Please, strive.
He just won't stop being an ominous sod. Leaving us behind, he drove sottily away. Ezra, Yuria, get ready.
Yes, detective!
Ezra tightened a grip on her dimensional bag.
It was too cramped.
Yuria climbed out of my pocket and assumed my shoulder. We walked along the narrow street and headed into the village. This person, this idiot, her...
Hey, Diaz.
I mean,
How
considering
dare
she is
you.
based off
Fuck you,
Ozymandias,
Diaz.
therefore she will lose.
Why she looks young?
Well, yeah, she's probably like ancient, but yeah. Alright, I think we're stopping
She's
there.
probably Egyptian.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's based off Ozymandias, and her entire thing is the Eye of Horus, so yeah, she's Egyptian. Alright, let's call it there. We'll reschedule the next one probably next week, but we can figure that out. I'm gonna stop the recording.